Hi everyone, I'm Toga, and today I have for you a 15-minute wall restorative class. So this class is really good to do if you maybe don't have some props or you're away from your home, because all you really need is a wall and yourself. If you have a mat, that can be really nice to have something to lay on, but if you don't have a mat, you can even just use a blanket, a couple of towels, anything that's going to give yourself a little bit of support on the floor, because we will be on our back for the majority of this class. So if you are ready and you have your wall and you have yourself, we'll get started. You can come to a comfortable seated position and just begin to center yourself with a few deep breaths. You can close your eyes if that feels good, or softly gaze down the tip of your nose. Roll your shoulder blades back, let them drop down your flat back. Begin to ground yourself in this practice by imagining your sit bones or whatever part of your body is touching the mat growing heavier, as if gravity was pulling it down through the floor all the way into the earth. Take a big inhale here and hold it at the top, pausing for 2 counts. And then exhaling, letting it go. Pausing at the bottom before you inhale again for 2 counts. And then inhaling up, pausing at the top, exhale, pause at the bottom. One more time, inhale, pause at the top, exhale, pause at the bottom. And then release this and return to your normal breathing as we begin to set ourselves up for our first position here, which is going to basically be a figure 4, but on the wall. So on either side of your mat or the floor, wherever you're sitting, scoot yourself so that you're basically right against the wall here. So your hip might be touching, your leg might be touching. And we'll start this way, but if you need to adjust throughout the practice, that's completely fine too. You might need a little bit more space, so you might need your sit bones to be a little bit further away from the wall. So we'll start here and go along and adjust as we need to. So lean back, and then you're just going to swing your legs up and scoot yourself around so that you can rest your heels against the wall. You might want to scoot your sit bones in. So my sit bones are right against the wall here, right against the crease of the wall. So figure out where this feels good for you. You might want to scoot your hips back a little bit more so that there's some space between you and the wall. On your next inhale, take that right foot and cross it on the top of your left knee. And then you can stay here, coming into this figure 4 stretch on the wall. If you're looking for a little bit more intensity, perhaps you're coming from a run or a workout, you can walk the bottom of your left foot down the wall a little bit here. This is going to get a little deeper into that hip. And if you want even more, you can press the right hand against the right knee and sort of push it a little bit more away from you, getting into that leg. The further down the wall this left leg walks, the more intense this stretch gets. So really be honest with yourself here and figure out what you need today. This is a restorative class, and in restorative classes, we're looking for maximum comfort and maximum ease. So maybe today you keep that left leg extended. You can still gently push that right knee away with your right hand. If you want to get a little bit deeper, into that stretch, and if that feels good. But wherever you are here, see how you can make yourself 10% more comfortable. And then let go. Your hands can be anywhere that feel comfortable to you, so they can be out into a T shape here. They can be by your body, or you can place one hand on your abdomen and one hand on your heart. And feel your body moving with your breathing. And we'll hold this for a total of 5 minutes. So we have a few minutes left here. So wherever you are, make sure you're somewhere where there's a sense of comfort and ease. And at any point you can adjust. So if anything starts to feel a little bit intense or uncomfortable, you can adjust your body in a way that makes it work for you again. If you have that left foot on the wall, you might want to walk it up, straightening that leg. If you have the leg straight and you want to try it with the foot bent, that's an option too. So know that wherever you are is not a permanent position, and you're free to adjust and move about in a way that makes it feel a little more relaxing. On your next inhale, you can lift that right leg up, maybe physically doing it with your hand, and extend your right leg long so that it meets the left foot on the wall. And pause for a moment here, bringing some awareness to any difference you might feel in your right leg in comparison with your left leg. And then when you're ready, on your next inhale, you can bend your left knee, walking it in closer so that you can rest your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Just be sure that you're not resting on your knee here, but anywhere else on that thigh that feels nice is total fair game. And then same thing here. You can keep that right leg extended flat against the wall. If you maybe want a little bit of a deeper stretch and you're coming from something else and that's what you're looking for today, you can place the bottom of your right foot against the wall, knowing again that if the further down the wall you're going to walk that right foot, the more intense that stretch is going to feel. So choose whatever option works for you today, reminding yourself that this is restorative, so we're looking for relaxation and we're not looking to be super intense or stress out our muscles. Option to take that left hand and gently push the left knee towards the wall, away from you. Paying attention to any kind of sensation that creates in your body. Maybe you do that once or twice. Maybe you let that go, extending your arms out into a T shape. Or your arms can come by your sides, or you can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your abdomen. Wherever you are, feel free to adjust at any point to make yourself more comfortable. If you do happen to have a blanket or any other props here that you want to use to help support yourself in this pose, that is always an option. You can use blocks to support your hips here. You can use a blanket and tuck it under your neck to help for your back and your shoulders, maybe creating a little pillow. Take a deep breath in and release it. Being gentle with yourself here and reminding yourself that the two sides of your body, your left and right, might be very different. So what you did on your right side, you might not be able to do on your left, or you might need to adjust some things to make it work or feel nice on your left side, and vice versa. And that's completely normal, so don't force anything. Don't put yourself into any position that's going to cause undue stress, as that's the opposite of what we want to be doing in a restorative position and in any yoga class, really. So meet yourself where you're at today and see if you can bring some compassion and some gentleness to this practice, especially to yourself. Because once we've created enough gentle compassion for ourselves, we're usually able to take it with us and pass it along to others. On your next inhale, you can lift that left leg up and straighten it. Coming into a Shavasana here, just with our legs right like this, so our legs can be up the wall, completely straight, or if you want to put a little bend in them, if that feels better, that's an option too. If you need to walk yourself a little bit further away from the wall and give your sit bones a little bit more space, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, your palms can turn up towards the sky. Your eyes can close down or gaze down the tip of your nose. And settle in here for a moment of integration between our body and our mind. And if you're holding on anywhere else, now is the time to let go. If you can stay in this position for another 5 to 10 minutes, please do so. But whenever you're ready to come out, you will just walk your feet down the mat a little bit so that you can roll to either side, and then gently place one hand underneath you to slowly come up to a seated position in whatever way is comfortable for you. Pausing for a moment to give yourself some gratitude for taking the time to come to your mat today and practice. I'm Toga. Thank you. Be well.